Okay, so before adding the flashlight, what we will do is we will make the environment dark. Okay, we will make a night scene in our environment. You can also skip this video if you like the daytime in the game, alright? But I'm gonna change the time to night so that it looks a bit horror and scary, alright? So in order to do that, you need to open up this environment main game object, and then in this environment, if you scroll down a bit, you will find this sun right here, okay? And if you turn it off, as you can see, it removes the lightning, the light, okay, or you can say the sun from the game. So I'm just gonna move this outside. Okay, we need to, I think, unpack it, but I'm just gonna just disable it for now, okay? And then after this, when you disable it, you will have to click on this lightning right here. If you can't find this lightning window, then you can click on window, then rendering, and in the rendering you will find this lightning window, right? And then it will open up right here or anywhere, so you can go ahead and check it. So when you have this lightning window, just click on it. Then let's change right here, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the intensity multiplier to 0 so that it is fully dark in the environment, and then I'm gonna change this value to 0.484. Alright, and we can leave this as 1, and then we can turn on the fog as well. As you can see, the fog are this white thing, as you can see in the environment. So you can turn on the fog, and for the fog we need to change the fog color. So the color of the fog will be this value. Okay, you can go ahead and type this hexadecimal value, which is 20314. Okay, this is this blue kind of color. All right, and let me tell you that you can choose your own lightning. Okay, I prefer black in this zombie game, so if you want, you can just follow me step by step. All right, so once you do all this, then what we're gonna do is let's click on inspector, and right in the inspector, what we're gonna do now is add a directional light. Alright, so if you click on this light right here and then add a directional light, now as you can see, it is again daytime in this game. Alright, so I'm just gonna leave this as directional light. Then we need to change the color of this light, which will be the same color as we did before, which is 20314E. Alright, and the intensity of this will be 0.1. Alright, and then the shadows will be soft shadows, because of course this is a PC game, we want shadows in it, okay? And I think that will be it for this directional light. After this directional light, we can also add some post processing as well. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create an empty game object, name it as post process, and then to this I'm gonna add the post process volume. Okay, and in the profile we can select this PC desktop, and then if you turn it off and on, as you can see, there are some few changes. So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change some values. Okay, so we have all of these options. Let's turn them on, and now let's change values. So the ambient collision will be the same, the motion blur as well. Then we have bloom. So if you want to increase the bloom, you can do it. Alright, but I'm gonna just leave it as it is. Then we have this color grading, and in the color grading you can turn on the low definition range, and then we have this right here. Okay, it is on, but as you can see, it doesn't affect the environment. That is because if you open up the camera, on the camera, as you can see, the post process flooded grounds is added. All right. If we add it again, all right, add it again. Let me check. I think we already have a post process, so let me actually just delete this. I think we had that, but we disabled it and I forgot to enable it again. Okay, so in the in environment to be deleted, we have this post process volume. As I told you in the start, that make sure that you don't delete these. Okay, you can turn that on again. As you can see, all of the things are already added right here. Okay, and now you can increase and decrease these values. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just change the last, I don't know how to pronounce this, vignette or whatever it is called. You can just change its value. Okay, so I want a little bit darkness on the edges like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave this intensity as 0.45. All right, and then you can just drag and drop this in the player related. Okay, and also the directional light, the P226, and that is it. Alright, now if we go ahead and play the game. Alright, here we are. Now as you can see, it is complete dark. Okay, and I think we need to change the values a little bit. If we click on directional light, alright, and yes, here we are. Just make sure that you change the just the directional light value, because right now it is really dark, and if you notice the sky is blue. So of course we want the environment to be shown a little bit. Okay, so I think 1 point, let me try 2. Okay, I think 2 will be a good value for it. Okay, so you can stop the game and change the intensity to 2. Alright, and then let's go ahead and play the game again. And now as you can see, it looks really good now. Alright, everything is showing and now it looks really good. But now if you notice, we can't see in some of the areas because it is really dark in there. So that's why, for that reason, we will be adding the flashlight to the player. And also, as you know that here somewhere there is a gun, and of course the player will not know where the gun is. Okay, so we like nears the pickup items or an objective which the player have to do, we will add some kind of a lamp near it so that the player know that there is something to be interacted with. Okay, so now with this done, let's end this video right here.